welcome to another episode of
A Better Shrewsbury.
That is much harder to sync over Zoom than it is in person. Anyway, we are here with Lauren Blumberg, who is a member of the Shrewsbury Cultural Council, and she's going to talk to us about a new project that they're doing. But per usual, we like to start with a random question. So I'm going to my random question generator, and then we will go from there. Okay, actually, this is a cool question. I don't know my answer yet, but you guys can start first. What incredibly strong opinion do you have that is completely unimportant in the grand scheme of things?
This is tough because we've already discussed it on the show.
What is it?
Chocolate is candy.
Oh, actually, that might be mine too.
Yeah, we've already discussed this. So
yeah, but you're assuming that everybody sits and watches every episode of our show.
Okay, so you want to go at it again? You want to debate again?
Yeah, let's go at it again. So I believe that chocolate is chocolate and that it's its own category. And I know that no one in the world really cares about this, but I deeply care that chocolate is a separate entity than candy. And Bridgette believes the opposite.
Well, not quite the opposite. I believe that chocolate, when it is made into a confection to be in small amounts, is part of the tree of candy. It is a type of candy that we consume. So a chocolate bar would be candy. A chocolate nougat would be candy. So that's where we differ.
See, but I would put chocolate cake, hot chocolate.
Yeah, that's not on the candy tree. Well, chocolate bar.
Right. That's why I would put all of them under the chocolate category.
Listen, it's a Venn diagram. Okay. There on this side you have cake.
Chocolate.
Cake. On this side you have candy. And then on this side you have drinks.
Alternatively, you have chocolate. You have candy, and then they intersect sometimes.
That's what I said.
That's a really beautiful example. No, chocolate, candy.
Yeah, because not all chocolate is candy, but a lot of the varieties of chocolate are candy. But anyways, I think we should let Lauren.
So you are saying that they're separate.
No, but I mean, I don't think hot cocoa is candy.
I don't think it's candy. I think it's chocolate. So
but
that would go under
bars
chocolate.
Are candy.
You know what? I'm going to drive over there right now, and we're going to find out.
Just like hot cocoa is chocolate,
okay.
So is chocolate cake, but they're different.
Okay, let's just agree that chocolate is chocolate, and we'll go to Lauren to talk about. So Lauren, okay, what is a strong opinion you have that is completely unimportant in the grand scheme of things?
I feel like I have a strong opinion, but it is also a very unfavorable opinion. People get very upset when I share this opinion. So I don't want people to be upset with me right at the beginning of this and then stop hearing anything I have to say. But I don't think that Ben Stiller is funny.
Okay.
I think that Ben Stiller surrounds himself with funny people, giving the illusion that he's funny. But all of the funny things that happen in Ben Stiller's movies are from other people.
Okay. Even Meet the Parents. You think Robert De Niro carried Meet the Parents?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Okay. What about Night at the Living Museum? Because he was with inanimate objects for a lot of that.
Night at the Museum. Night at the Museum. Night at the Museum.
I know. I didn't have. I guess I didn't have
kids yet.
People think of.
Okay, that's an interesting one. I think I was a pretty big Ben Stiller fan back in the day, but I understand where you're coming from.
I think that was kind of a generational thing with a lot of those guys, like even like Jim Carrey, like all those people. I don't find them funny. I just think they're kind of in that genre. I could put Ben Stiller in there. That's fine. I'd rather put Ben Stiller in the not funny category than I would put chocolate in the candy category. So
now I have to say, so I worked at a candy store. I made candy maker in New Orleans for a hot minute after college, and we made chocolate.
Thank you, Lauren.
And here's another thought that I had while you were arguing about it is if you think about cake, right? And cake has all these different flavors, right? So you can have a strawberry cake, but you wouldn't say that strawberry is cake.
Exactly, Lauren. Thank you. You are so wise. I think that's why they put you on the
It's a strawberry flavored
It's
cake.
the wisdom.
And so it's a
But if
chocolate
you-
flavored
cake. Thank you,
but
Lauren.
it's
if you
flavored with the
like,
chocolate.
if I say right now, I'm really craving chocolate, like I am open to different types of chocolate cake,
Sure.
chocolate, anything
sure.
chocolate.
Okay,
That's why it's a Venn
that's
diagram.
why.
if I'm craving chocolate, I am not craving hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm
Sometimes I
probably,
crave.
That's
Have you ever
definitely
had?
chocolate though.
but I would say if I
Have you
were
ever
craving
had like
hot chocolate, I
pure
would
liquid
say craving hot.
cacao? Have you
I
had
have,
like
yeah.
actual like melted chocolate as hot chocolate, or like
Yes.
are you talking like Swiss Miss? Because I think there's a difference.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's
That's elitist.
absolutely a difference.
I think it's a little elitist, but yes, it's richer, it's darker, it's
Yeah.
great.
It's
It
not
doesn't mean
elitist
that
if
a
we're talking
chocolate
about
bar.
the chocolate category. You're talking about
But
powdered
things can
chocolate.
be multiple things, right? Like I'm a woman, but I'm also Black. So sometimes when you're talking about me, my Blackness is most important. And sometimes it's my womanhood. And sometimes it's that I'm from Shrewsbury. And sometimes that I went to this school. So, chocolate is very multifaceted like that. And I think you should stop trying to box it in to a single category. That's so unlike you.
Okay, you know what? This is not the topic of tonight. Let's
I know
move
this
on.
episode
We
is
need to
going
just
off the
dedicate
rails.
an entire episode about
Off
this.
the rails. Okay, let's rate it in.
Let's bring it in. Okay, so let's talk about Shrewsbury Cultural Council. Maybe you could tell us like briefly kind of what you guys have going on, and then we'll just dive right into this new project you guys
and what
are
you guys
doing.
do. I think what you guys do. What are you all about?
Yeah, so traditionally the Shrewsbury Cultural Council, our main purpose is to distribute the funds that are afforded to our community by the Mass Cultural Council, right? So it's a mix of state and federal dollars that come and are distributed to communities in order to support art in the community. So most of the time, what the Shrewsbury Cultural Council is doing is once a year, we open up applications for cultural events that happen throughout in the town or that affect people from our town, and people apply for them. There's parameters, and then when that application closes, we go through, sift through, and we award dollar amounts to different cultural events that are happening for that benefit the citizens of Shrewsbury. So that is the main job of the Cultural Council. And they've been doing, awarding money every year for many years, and really uplifting some of the local talent in the area, and just different events, concerts, artists, movies, things that affect or benefit the citizens.
Yeah, that's awesome. Actually, you guys, I worked at a local school, and you guys helped us put on a school play, and we couldn't have afforded to do something like that without the funds from the Shrewsbury Cultural Council. So
that's amazing.
That was really awesome. And the kids really enjoyed that.
Okay, so that's great. So it's all about bringing art to the people and people to the art, right?
Yes, absolutely.
That's so exciting. And how long have you been on the Cultural Council?
I was appointed last fall when there was an open vacancy, and then so it was for the end of someone's term, and then I was reappointed in February for the normal length of term.
So what drew you to want to be on the Cultural Council? I mean, it sounds so fun and exciting.
Yeah, so I have a background in the arts. I started playing music really early in like kindergarten, first grade, and then joined like band and stuff in fifth grade, and just played all through, junior high, high school, and even into college. And now I am a teacher, and I have a background in arts integration. So I'm a general classroom teacher, but I also like to infuse the art into my lessons with students. And then I also am involved just in other groups, theater and music around the city. So when there was an opening on the Cultural Council, that felt like a really great way to use my passions to benefit the community in a really specific way.
That's fantastic. I didn't know you could play an instrument. So what instrument do you play?
I do. So
I know you sing. You sing, right?
Yeah.
Also? Yeah.
What?
I was saying you sing also.
I do. I sing. Yeah. So I sing. My primary instrument in like growing up in school was percussion. So I was on the drum line, and really loved doing that. And then when I left college, I learned how to play the guitar because it's really hard to be a one-person drum line. So I had to do something that I could do by myself. So now I play the guitar, a little bit of ukulele, but I've kind of let that fall away, and then I sing.
Wow, so that's awesome. You sound like the right person for this cultural council. You got art all over. So that's exciting. So you guys have this awesome initiative going on with the power boxes. Is that right, in Shrewsbury?
Yeah. So when I joined the cultural council, this project was already like rocketing, rolling. So it was exciting to jump on and help, be a part of it. So the cultural council has partnered with Selco to identify, I think it's 5 or 4. I think now it's 4 electrical boxes that will be, they're going to get a vinyl wrap that will go around the boxes. And so it'll be a public works project and a public art project. So we'll see those around town in key areas. So there's one by the high school and one near White City. And I think there's going to be one close to downtown, I want to say. So Selco has helped with partner this. They're funding the installation of the wraps, which is really fantastic. And the Cultural Council is using some of our dollars to help provide stipends to the artists. So we're really excited. What we're asking is for local artists to submit either a design or a concept for a design. We know that artists' time is really valuable. So, the proposal just needs to be like, here's what I'm thinking and here's some of my work, so that they have time afterwards to actually make the specific design for the boxes. So we're asking for those applications to come in by May 31st, the end of this month, and we'll be able to select our artists by June and hopefully have everything wrapped and unveiled in time for the Spirit of Shrewsbury celebration in September. That's our goal.
Wow, that sounds awesome. I actually haven't seen any public art.
Yeah. In Shrewsbury, no, that's awesome.
Yeah,
there is actually a gentleman on Prospect Street or woman. I actually don't know if it's a man or a woman, so pardon me, but they put some sort of art exhibit in their yard. They make like found sculptures and it changes every couple of days, it seems like. Yeah, every time I drive by there's something different. And then there's also that behind kind of where the old Blockbuster used to be, there's like a garden that someone's put a bunch of art installations in that people walk in. Maybe one day we could visit some of these things, but they're both, I think, private endeavors. So it's really nice to see the town rather, backing artists and trying to brighten up the community with some of our talented creators. So this is really, really exciting. So are the submissions online? How do people submit?
Yeah, so the submissions are online. There's a Google form online where you can upload a little bit of your idea, some of your artwork, or for the artists, like past work, or if they have already created a design, they can upload that way. And what we're really hoping to capture with this project is we're trying to celebrate Shrewsbury. We're calling it Celebrating Shrewsbury Culture, really thinking about all of the different people and groups that really make up Shrewsbury. We know it's like a beautiful tapestry of lots of different cultures, and we're hoping to have those represented on these boxes.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm really excited about this. That's something I walk through other cities and towns, and I love seeing huge public art projects. And a lot of small towns don't have that. So I think this is going to be a really colorful and exciting thing to add to town. And just to reiterate, you don't need people to actually submit a full design. Like if they have just a vague idea, they could submit it and still be part of the application process.
Yes, yeah, we're asking if they have a proposal, they can submit, their idea. Like, I'm thinking about doing this, and here is a sample of some of my work in the past, so we get an idea of the style. Because I think we're really, when we look at all the submissions together, we'll be looking to kind of curate, like a gallery artist might do, like a docent might do, really think about like where we're putting the pieces in town and the collection of pieces, making sure that they, look a little different for each space.
So you actually have to have artistic ability to participate in this competition. You can't just say, I have an idea for this design if you're unable to execute it. You actually have to have the ability to execute a piece of art.
Yeah, in some way or form. I think we're definitely open to like growing artists, right? So if we're thinking about like student artists and things like that, we know that the level of like strong ability might be different based on the applicants. But yes, if you would like to submit a visual design, you need to be able to create visual art in some way. And that can be digitally, or it can be in any other medium that is able to be photographed or scanned. So the vinyl company, as they've done this with lots of different things, they're the experts on it. So they'll be able to take the piece and create it like to put on the box itself.
That's awesome.
Okay. And the dimensions and all of that information is on the website?
Yes. So there are two different things that interested artists can look at. There is the kind of like brief document. It's like a 4-page document that gives you all of the details about what we're looking for, how to submit, what the timeline is, all of that, which includes information. So the stipend for artists is $400. So we're really happy to be able to pay artists for the work that they're doing. And then the second thing that you can look at is the Google form itself. It has some details, including the dimensions, as well as the different formats that we can accept the art in. So most of the boxes are 60 inches by 18 inches by 30 inches. But for those who need a visual, there is one on the Google form.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, because I was just thinking of the wrap being like a cube without a top or a bottom, but you actually are proposing that it covers the top as well, so it's all around.
Yes, it's a total of 5 panels.
That's amazing. That's really
cool. I'm so excited to see them in town. I think it's just going to be like little Easter eggs all over town.
Yeah, because
that's going to be
Worcester,
awesome.
they have the murals that they have. Man, and I'm always like, that's so cool. And I actually have a view of one of them from my office, so it will be so fun to have something like that here in town.
Yeah, that's great. And it's awesome that you guys are paying the artists, because I think in general, when people get involved in anything in the town, it's expected to be volunteering, especially in the arts. We don't, I think a lot of us don't quite process that as a real job, even though that's an incredibly important part of our society. Like those murals in Worcester, you drive by them, they just give you joy. You just stand there, you look at them, it brightens up your day, because instead of seeing, an old building, you're seeing this big, bright artwork. And, you kind of take a step back, think about what it means, what the artists try to mean. Anyway, I'm super excited about it. And I love that you guys have really approached this holistically to support the art community and also add something new and vibrant to our community.
Absolutely. I think it's so important to pay artists for the work that they do, right? It is their occupation, or even if it's just a side hustle, or if it's, a school group. It's really important to pay artists for what they do.
Yeah, I saw an artist posted online that art is something that if you are an artist, where it's a compulsion to create. So it's nice to be able to reward that compulsion, because it's one of the things that brings people joy and peace and excitement and visual interest. It's a public service.
Absolutely.
I think it's really important. So if anyone has any questions, they can visit the website. Does the Shrewsbury Cultural Council have its own website, like a separate website?
You can find our page on the town page. So if you look at like the list of groups, Cultural Council is on there, but there isn't like a designated page outside of the town page.
Okay, the town page. Okay, so just if people are curious and learning more about what the council.
Oh, but there is the Facebook group, or not Facebook group, the Facebook page. So the Shrewsbury Cultural Council does have a Facebook page, and one of the other new members of the council has made it her mission to make sure that every event that we helped fund is also promoted on that page. So you can go follow the Shrewsbury Cultural Council on Facebook and get an update for all of the events coming up this year that are funded by the council.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That is awesome. I think Bridget and I have actually been talking about maybe putting together a Better Shrewsbury one. I don't know if we can pull it together in time, but we will try to.
Well, it would probably
happen.
be AI generated, but I haven't read the fine print yet to know if that's within the rules.
I think I can.
You think you can pull something together? You got a little something?
Yeah.
You got a little, okay, maybe she has talents I don't know about. So
I agree with your fancy definitions of what defines an artist. I think I could just take a pen, a marker, anything, and just create art. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. All
right. Thank you so much, Lauren. We're super excited about this. And yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm really excited to see all of the submissions and can't wait to see them up in town. I think it's going to add so much to our community.
Yeah. And maybe next year the prize could include some chocolate candy as well.
Some chocolate and then maybe some candy as well. So yeah, we can. All right.
Thank you so much.